Welcome to the Capoeira Experience podcast, where you are going to learn how capoeiristas got where they are, how they keep the motivation, why they do what they do, and even how they do business through capoeira. I hope you enjoy it and learn something from their experience. What's up, capoeiristas? I'm your host, Instructor Kashishi. So for this episode, I have the very big honor to bring to you, to our show, one of the many capoeiristas that I personally admire a lot. This is Mestre Mindinho.
Woohoo. Hey guys.
Yes, from Grupo Capoeira Brasil, Cali Desert, Pueblo, Mexico, and other schools, right? You have other schools too?
Yes, actually I'm original from San Diego,
Okay.
and then now I'm in Palm Springs. Yes,
Okay,
Cali
perfect.
Desert, Capoeira Brazil, Cali Desert.
Perfect. So welcome to the show, Mestre. Very happy to have you here today.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yes. So we just started the show with basic stuff. So we are going to start with your story, with how you started capoeira from the very first time you saw it until today.
Whoa.
Just a
Well,
short story.
yes, the short one. Well, it's basic. I started as a kid. I started with 11 years old. In
Nice.
Brazil. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and like everybody else, it's a funny story. I just like, I never really. I heard about capoeira saw sometimes on TV,
Okay.
but I never really, had any experience with capoeira. But I was in school and have this, girl. I have a crush on it, and she come to me and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do my first capoeira class today." I said, "Wow, that's awesome!
Nice.
Let's go together." And I went with her. We took the first class together.
Okay.
And it was really fun. She never came back, and I'm still here today. Doing capoeira.
Usually happen, right?
That from you was like, I fell in love with the first time I saw it. For me, it
Yeah.
was amazing art. I really like it. After that, was just history. I just stay here, we keep coming back every time, every day, and that's what it needs. Just come back.
Yeah. Nice. Which school do you see it for the first time?
Well, I start with was a Mestre Pipoca. He
Okay.
at the time when I start, he was in the supervision of Mestre Peixinho, you
Okay.
know, and from Senzala, from
Okay.
Group Senzala. And that's how I start. That was my first encounter with capoeira, and I trained with him, and of course, under the whole supervision of Mestre Peixinho and Senzala for a long time,
Nice.
you know. And my first 8 years was like that, and
Okay.
then after that, I I decide and I met and I fall in love, and because for many different reasons, with Group Capoeira Brazil.
Okay.
And
And
I
that
still
was
Capoeira Brazil today.
okay. And that was the time when the transition with Capoeira Brazil started and everything else, right?
Not really. No, no. Actually, when I went to Capoeira Brazil was in '94.
Oh,
Already
cool.
Capoeira
Okay.
Brazil was more. It was in the beginning of the solidification. The
Oh,
Capoeira Brazil was founded in 1989.
yeah.
And that was like around 5 years after that when
Oh,
I
cool.
started
Okay.
Capoeira Brazil.
Oh, nice. Everyone in Capoeira, obviously, each of us have a nickname, right? On Capoeira nickname, Capoeira apelido. How do you got the Mindinho? Like
Oh,
how people find you as a Mindinho?
well, that was very natural. Like when I started capoeira, I was a kid, 11,
Okay.
and very, very, very short, small.
Okay.
And my teacher used to teach class just for adults,
Oh, okay.
and for a long time I was the only kid in class,
Cool.
and everybody was huge in class. It was the little one, Mindinho, meaning like pinky,
Pinky, okay.
yeah, and that's why like a little finger, and that just become the little one in class all the
Well,
time.
actually makes sense. It's the lead on of all of them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why always I was the little one in class.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Like how I got mine is from a presentation because I had a kashishi, huge kashishi as a necklace. And
Okay.
same, yeah. And the instructor by that time, he saw me. I was super skinny, super skinny, super tiny too. And he
Yeah.
was like, he saw me from head to toe, and he was like, I don't know, man. Then he saw the big ass kashishi. I was like, I think kashishi fits you.
Wow.
They from
Nice.
there. Yeah. Also with time, with the years and everything else, each of us at some point, not everyone, some of us decide to start teaching. Some of us decide to start charging. And at some point, probably I don't know how it's in Brazil, Venezuela, where I'm from, sometimes we do some business, we do sometimes or non-profit or create the business process. Or here in America, it's better to do business so you people can take kind of like serious. So what do you think about the process doing business with capoeira and all the stuff?
Well, it's like something we have to discuss for, all capoeiristas has been discussing that for a
Yeah.
long time because it is, you don't have a choice,
Yeah.
really. Eventually, if you do capoeira, if you put more hours in capoeira and training and practicing,
Yeah.
and it's part of the formation of a capoeirista, teach classes.
Yeah.
And when we start to teach classes, is your time, and what happens is for that group to be able to grow, we have to put more time and have to put more effort. And in some point, it's become impossible. You put more time and effort if you don't charge for classes or
Yeah,
you
of
don't
course.
have some type of income from that. You know what I'm saying? And become just something like it's not really good because the teacher, eventually they don't really want to do it, you know,
Yeah.
and they can't put more time because he can take time from his family or time from his work or time from even, his life,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
dedicate to capoeira, you know. And that's why we as capoeiristas, we have to start to understand that's become a natural
Yeah.
and understand how that relationship works, with the Capoeira Academy, with
Yeah.
capoeirista, with the teacher, with the instructor, and develop ways, for you to make that relationship more, let's say, a happier relationship,
Yeah. Yeah.
you have fun, something natural, shouldn't be a burden for the teacher, and not, of course, have to be something good for the students too, you
Yeah,
know.
of course. Yeah, I
And
mean, at the end, you gotta pay the academy, or you gotta keep those doors open.
yeah, and not just that, but as much as the teacher, like he knows how to handle the
Yeah.
academy, handle the money, the students will see improvements in class, you'll
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
improvements how the class works, how the academy works, and see the growth. That's gonna make, everybody happy in that situation. And that's what we have to work on it right now. There, sometimes the capoeirista take that such like, oh, I don't like to charge, oh, I have
Yeah.
to charge, and they charge in a way, the students doesn't make the students happy, you know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's now what we should go for it.
Yeah.
When you understand better the relationship, you know, everything become much easier, much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, like, it's the same thing. Like, so you have how many total of years you have been doing capoeira?
I'm doing capoeira. Well, I started capoeira in '84, and right now I have around 33 years in capoeira. 33.
Okay. Yes. So that will be probably pretty much 33 years of career. It's like a doctor. Like doctor goes many years to college and transition, investing on himself to start learning all the stuff that he likes to do. And eventually he becomes a doctor. That he got a charge for that. For we can call it probably like get back his investment, then get the another income so he can kind of like get value of his own work. That's at least how I see it. Like us as a capoeirista, we invest in so much time on this. I think it's really good for us to understand how to do business on this.
Oh yeah, it's really important to understand how works,
Yeah,
But at the same time, of course, you invest on that, you
yeah,
know. But still have a lot of rules of business in general. We have to apply
yeah,
the academy and try to make that uh, not. What I'm saying is our main goal always going to be make better students,
yeah. Of course.
develop the art of capoeira and make this person come to class and learn the art of capoeira. That's
Yeah,
our main goal. And like any other business, through around that main goal, but you have to have things on place, policies on place
yeah,
to be
yeah,
able allow those people to train in capoeira and study the art of capoeira, but at the same time, you have a profitable business where you
yeah,
can eventually live from, and
yeah,
you can
exactly.
eventually, dedicate yourself 100% to this, you know,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, if you have that's perfect combination, you know, when you start being successful in capoeira.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think it's really important for all of us to understand at some point that this is really important, that we shouldn't be avoiding this or these kind of conversations.
Oh, definitely not. And that's exactly one of the most important points. I think we have to go to places, have to talk about that.
Yeah,
Students and teachers, they have to exchange information. Because, for example, you are in Indianapolis,
yeah,
area, I am in California, and it's a different markets, you use different resources and different
yeah,
ideas, and some things work in your market, some things doesn't. But something, maybe I do something right in California, I can exchange with you. It might
yeah,
work also in your area.
yeah, exactly.
And we don't compete with each other. The idea is exchange with each other information and both grow in different markets.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I think that's what's our main goal right now, is as much as possible meet other capoeiristas, all the time, and be able to be open and talk about this type of conversation.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of my main goals with creating this podcast is not making everyone understand, but at least to see different point of view of how we can make it happen. Because I really believe that capoeira can be serious as a business.
Oh, definitely. Capoeira is an amazing art. It has so many
Yeah,
advantages. One of the advantages of capoeira is because capoeira have so many elements.
yeah,
In capoeira, you can work in so many different areas. This
yeah,
sometimes can be a little bit confusing too. For example, if you do a martial art, it's very clear how martial arts business work. You have so many research out there and what you should be doing to work with martial arts. But when you're talking about capoeira, capoeira can be seen as a martial art, but can be seen as an educational tool also. At the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time, can be a fitness tool. At the same time, can be music and cultural art tool. I have so many different ways to see capoeira and develop capoeira.
oh
That's
yeah,
you have to kind of understand your market, understand what the type of capoeira you like to to teach, and what your philosophy, ideology in capoeira, and make that your flag,
yeah.
and be able to just uh, offer that to your market, your students, and build that capoeira family we all know and we all like.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because that way we can also bring capoeira to our communities on different kind of ways, and that lead us to this next question, which is from many many years of your time doing capoeira, you have a bigger window that you see for the capoeira benefits. And from your point of view, what do you think are the really really good benefits that capoeira, or I know that is many, but the benefits that capoeira brings to society, like how do you think that can help our communities?
Well, I have so many ways in capoeira. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I have so many stories. Capoeira. We work capoeira with the refugees. Of
Oh yeah.
war. With capoeira. In disadvantaged. Communities. Around the world. But I want to go a little bit more specific to United States. You know,
Okay.
and I have because I've been here for 16 years now, and in those years we've been observing, how capoeira been working. One of the main things I think, capoeira has really helped, in many communities in the United States is about create open community, like a family
Yeah.
sense. One thing happened a lot in the United States, and it's very, very well. No, majority of people come into our class when you start class. People travel so much in the United States. People
Yeah.
move. If you, for example, if you're born, is a very high probability. If you're born in a city or in a state, very high probability you're gonna work or you're gonna live in a
Yeah.
different state or in a different city, and
Yeah.
then and this make it like the connection with you and your family, harder. And some
Yeah.
people have, they sometimes they have like a hard time to be able to develop friendships, and
Oh
the
yeah.
sense of community. And sometimes you are in school, for example, you left your city because you go to a school in a different state, and you just have to develop this full community. And capoeira become one of the main tools on that. Like I have
Yeah.
so many people, oh, I just moved here, don't have no friends, or I even lived here for a while. But
Yeah.
as I went to capoeira, was so open, was so easy to make friends,
Yeah.
create.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the main points we have today, and how we try to tackle, like become this big family. Sometimes because you are in a different place, you don't have your family around you. You'll be able to develop this little group, and
Yeah.
the little capoeira group become your family. That's really one of the things being most noticed. I've been checking, I've been seeing, everywhere I go.
Oh yeah, that because on these 17, a little bit more years doing capoeira of myself, almost I would say probably 95% of my friends are from capoeira. And every time you travel to a festival, you like be a new person and then become a long time friend. And then you go, for example, like I met Chigre Branco on Chicago. I'm sorry, in California, and then until today we still text like, "Hey, what's up, man? Like, how you doing? Like, how your festival, everything." And Valenci too. Like, I met her in Chicago, and until today, and that was 2014 that I met her. And I met you the first time 2013, Mestre Bonecos Bachizado. I
That's
met
right.
you there, and since then until today, and all super happy to have this conversation right now. And these kind of connections, the strong connection that capoeira give us, and I think it's powerful and beautiful that how capoeira can bring people from anywhere together.
Yeah, definitely. Not just, make so many friends at the time, but
Yeah,
those friendships they keep for a long time, I
correct.
have many years, because one of the things about capoeira, we have batizados, this type of event, what very unique for capoeira is this type
Yeah,
of a conference mixing with, knowledge and something very unique, specific for capoeira, where pretty much the friendship, people
yeah,
come together to see each other again. Your friends, you bring your friends to your house, to your events, to your academy, you open up the doors of your academy to be able to share, these moments and be able to have, this really amazing, let's say, display of,
yeah,
that's what you're looking for all the time with friends. And that's something unique for capoeira. But also, I have many other, things in capoeira,
yeah.
be important for the community, is one thing is important in my experience is you understand your community. As much
That's
as you
true.
understand the people around you, you research, you see what's going on in the city council, you know what's going on,
Yeah,
you know, you go to events, to parks, see people around. If you really understand your community, always you're gonna find a way capoeira can help that community grow. That's why capoeira today you have to be aware about your surroundings.
yeah, yeah,
Cannot just to focus in capoeira and have your little capoeira group. You have to, because the thing is, you get the knowledge from your capoeira group, you share, you exchange knowledge with your capoeira group,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you bring that to your community where you live, the people around you, you know,
yeah.
That's really important. As much as you understand your community, always you're going to find many different ways capoeira can help with that.
Yeah, and I think same thing. That capoeira can help so many people from kids to adults, and inside our community can give a big help connection with other people, and I think it's beautiful. That's why I love capoeira so much.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting towards the end. Do you have any event coming up or anything that you are planning pretty soon on your academy?
Well, that's one thing is I think is important people understand also. Sometimes a lot of people ask me that is, oh, make events. And well, you have to understand this, your academy, they have to grow through cycles,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
and those cycles, event is a big event or more small event, whatever type of event, they are results of those cycles you have in your academy.
Yeah,
Right
exactly.
now, we planning so much stuff coming up. A little bit more in Cali Desert.
Yeah.
Here Palm Springs.
Yeah.
We just had the event. Now in the beginning of November
Oh
was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, it was our first event here. Was really good, really good. Um, and now this year we planning to have a few more events coming up. I don't have schedule yet,
Yeah.
those events, but I'm gonna give you our website,
Oh, perfect. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and of course, Valente, she is amazing about updating the websites. Always keep our website updated.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's a big help.
Yeah, and then everybody can go and check it out the website and see
Okay,
what's coming
perfect.
up, and definitely you're gonna have more information about it. Our website is off the grid
Off the
movement
grid. Okay.
movement.org.
Okay, perfect. And
Off the grid movement.org. Yes.
okay, perfect. And what are your social medias? How people can find you in social media, like Facebook, Instagram?
Well, you just can looking for Mestre Mindinho, anywhere, Twitter, Facebook, in
Okay.
Instagram, we have accounts together,
Okay.
Mindinho Valente,
Yeah,
Instagram,
yeah.
go check that out, we're trying to post as much as often we can, our traveling, our training,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. Which is
it's
I
like,
think is really cool how to bring couple or share what you love with your partner. I think that's awesome.
yeah, actually, the Instagram account for us was very, a fortunate, idea to kind of combine our accounts together, because that gives us, is a way we outlet, not just what we do, our
Yeah,
passion, what is capoeira,
yeah,
but a little bit about us also,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's very fun actually sometimes, we were always traveling around, go different places, rodas, events, all that, is a little bit how we live our lives,
yeah.
and our now, for example, in the last year I become vegan, and
Oh,
that's a
cool.
little bit how you kind of like, like share that experience also.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's awesome because that's how I'm doing with my wife too. Like, start bringing her to capoeira, and start bringing the same thing. Start sharing those kind of stuff because I think it's better. It's a better feeling when you share what you love with someone that you love.
Oh yeah, it's much. Yeah, I feel she's my big partner in crime. We do
Yeah. Oh,
everything
yeah.
together. But capoeira is something we really share this passion of capoeira. We both have our academy. We both teach classes. In the
That's
academy,
awesome.
and that's really is a very fun experience for me to be able to share that with her.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. At some point of the podcast, I will have interviews of couples. So
Oh yeah,
stay
definitely.
tuned. Stay tuned for that.
That'll be cool. Definitely,
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see those kind of stuff because I'm gonna put my wife here because she's pretty shy doing camera or at least audio, but I'm gonna bring her.
Oh, I gotta put my wife here because she's much better than me, man. She's nice in camera. I have to work on it, but she's
Y-
really good.
Oh, nice, nice. And so that's how people can find you on. Let's repeat again. So your website is
Offthegridmovement.org.
sweet, and your Instagram.
Mindinho Valente.
Nice. And people can find you on YouTube and
Everywhere.
everywhere as a Miss
Just
Mindinho.
yeah, just look for Mestre Mindinho. Always you're gonna find.
Beautiful, beautiful, perfect, perfect. Myself, I really appreciate your time because I know you're pretty busy and you have a pretty busy schedule. And I'm very, very happy to have you here on the show. Super thankful for sharing your time, your knowledge, and your experience and your point of view for capoeira.
Oh, thank you. Was very nice. Invitation. As soon as I receive it, I wanna accept right away because I know
Yeah,
you're doing a great job. I really like what you've been doing. You're a guy have a lot of new ideas and try to
yeah,
go
yeah,
forward, and that's what we need in Capoeira today. We need the
yeah.
people
Thank you.
with new ideas, and support this type of interactions. That's what's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make our Capoeira grow. Definitely.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
was
because
my
I want to
pleasure.
connect. Thank you so much because I want to connect as much capoeiras as we can and use our resources, technology, and everything for us to share what we love.
Oh,
Yeah,
great. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mestre. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. I just want to share something with you really quick. If you are listening to this and you teach or assist to a capoeira class, or even if you have an event coming up, I want to help you. I want to help our capoeira community because there's nothing more important to me than help our capoeira community. Because classes are more fun when there's more people to share this sachet, this energy so awesome that capoeira has. So I want to share your class or event in our podcast. So reach out to us with school name or any information on how people can find you and send it to our email podcastcapoeira@gmail.com. That's podcastcapoeira@gmail.com. And I will share that information here in our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like this podcast. If you did, take a screenshot, send it to someone that knows about capoeira or of course wants to learn. Share it everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere. And help us grow this community with a subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace.